16 minutes after the hour, there is a major crisis at our border. You know this. Hundreds of thousands of illegals streaming across, and now they are being held at many refugee-like camps staged at military bases across the country.
So sources inside there telling our own Todd Starnes, quote, "It's a tsunami of people. I don't know what we can do to make it stop. It's more serious than people realize," end quote.
Todd Starnes, author of God Bless America, joins us now. Todd, thanks a lot for coming on this morning. So tell us, describe for us what your source said.
Well, I have multiple sources, both inside the refugee camps as well as inside the agency that's been hired by the federal government, the Department of Health and Human Services, to run this camp. And I think what's really disturbing is coming from the people, the actual workers, the nurses and doctors, who tell me they've been told to keep their mouths shut. They've been said that if they speak out about the conditions, what's happening with the health of the children, that they will find themselves immediately fired. And they've also been threatened with arrest for speaking out. So there really is this shroud of secrecy that's been placed over these camps. But the other component of this is, in fact, the organization that's been contracted to run the camps. This organization called BCFS, that previously known as the Baptist Child and Family Services. I have a source inside this organization who says that they're getting these orders for secrecy from the federal government. And they say if it was up to them, they would be more than happy to let anybody inside to see what's happening. But unfortunately, the federal government is putting really a shroud of secrecy over these refugee camps.
Okay, so there's still also, Todd, a lot of misinformation or a lack of information coming out as to exactly how threatened these children are in their home countries of Honduras, El Salvador, Guatemala, etc. What are you hearing from your sources inside there? Are they being told, as we've been hearing some reports, they've been told what to say when they get to the United States? These children are being told what to say to get to the United States. Or are they really under a major threat of violence in their home country?
Yeah, that is certainly suspect. Some of the nurses and caregivers who actually work with these children tell me these kids want to go right back home. They don't know why they were sent here to this country, and they want to go back to their moms and dads. And look, I heard what you guys said earlier about a reunification process. This isn't reunification. This is a government-sanctioned invasion of our country. And I really question who these kids are being sent home to here in the United States, when in fact we're hearing from our sources that mom and dad are still back across the border in Central America.
You think once school gets back ramped up in August and September, we're going to see these numbers even bigger than what we have with the 52,000 of the unaccompanied children? Because school's going to be in session and they're going to have to get educated somehow.
Anna, you're absolutely right, and the question is, where are some of these kids going to be educated? Just last week, the Washington Post had a report from Fairfax County. The school system there just overwhelmed with illegals. 40% of this year's kindergarten class can't speak English. So not only are you going to be faced with an influx of students, but now you're going to be faced with the prospect of hiring teachers who are fluent in English and Spanish as well. So this is going to be a tax burden for the American people. And I want to just everyone needs to understand how significant this is for the American taxpayer. Many of these workers in the camps, and I'll give you an example, at Lackland, 350 workers there, many of those individuals are making nearly $5,000 a week. $5,000 a week, and we're paying for that as taxpayers.
That's just unbelievable.
All right, Todd Starnes with these inside sources on our border crisis this morning. Thanks, Todd.
Thank you.
Thanks a lot, guys.